Hari Om. My name is Apurva Singh Sarkar. I am currently employed with Birla Sun Life Insurance. I work in the marketing team. I handle the brand there. And I've been with the company since 2009. Today, I'll be narrating an experience that I had of Bapu's grace and with whose blessings an awkward situation turned out to be actually a very fruitful one. But before I start, I'll just go back to the time which brought me to Bapu. Bapu's been with me since the time I was born because all his grace has been with me throughout. I've been born into a family that's been very supportive, and I've had some extremely pleasant experiences throughout my life. But it was not until 2007 that I realized that Bapu was with me. And in fact, the first time that I reached Bapu. It so happened that my mother, who stays in Lucknow, was suffering from slip disc in the year 2007. This was towards the summer of 2007. And at that point in time, she was in extreme pain. And she was calling out to God. She's always believed in God and she's never left the side of God. So has God not left aside. But the pain didn't subside, and it was so that for about a week she was in unbearable pain, so much that she couldn't even turn sides on the bed. She was completely bedridden, and she was finding it difficult for the days to pass by. Just at that point in time, one of her family friends who stay in Lucknow, she called her and she said that, "How's the pain?" My mom said, "It's unbearable, I can't even talk." So she said, "I'll come during the evening and I'll give you one remedy which I'm sure will help you." And it so happened that she came in the evening. My mom was in such pain that she couldn't even understand properly what was being told to her. But somehow she caught a few things said to her, and what she remembered was that there is a guru in Mumbai. His name is Aniruddha Bapu, and he is one person so far who has helped millions of people across because they believed in him. And that's exactly what my mom was told. And then she realized that she believed in God, and because Mrs. Rupali Banerjee, who is the one who introduced my mother to Bapu, she believes in him so much, then there must be some merit in him. And so therefore she just started chanting Om Mana Samartha Dadashe Aniruddhaya Nama, not having seen even his photograph. This was about a week after she was diagnosed with slip disc. She couldn't even move. And that night, for the first time, she wept and she cried to God saying, "Please get me rid of this pain." And it was also unfortunate on my part and my sister's part that we couldn't go to Lucknow at that point in time when our mother needed us the most. That's because of our official commitments. So at night, she wept and she slept. Sometime during the early morning, the wee hours in the morning at about 4 o'clock, she was woken up like every other day because she wanted to go to the bathroom and relieve herself, but she couldn't have walked for the last 7 days. She just couldn't get up. This morning she woke up and there was a hitch in her mind. There was a hesitation saying that again I have to wake my husband up. He's tired, he comes back late from office. I don't like doing this, God please help me. And suddenly there was a bright flash of light right in front of her eyes towards the foot of the bed. And that's when she started speaking to someone. She couldn't see the face properly, it was mostly a silhouette. And that silhouette told her, "You'll be able to do it, just try." My mom was a little hesitant in the beginning, saying that if things become worse, it'll only get much bad for her. But the silhouette insisted, said, "You make the first move, I'll help you out." And so my mom mustered the courage and she just got up from the bed. Not only did she get up from the bed, she went to the bathroom, freshened up, came back, sat again and lied down again. That is when she realized what wasn't possible for the last 7 days was just made possible by someone. And who's that someone? She doesn't know. So the next day my father woke up at about 6 a.m. in the morning and he asked my mother, "Would you want to freshen up?" She said, "I've already done it." He was surprised, saying, "How could you do that?" So she said, "I got up, I went." She didn't tell him because my father believes there is a power. He doesn't believe there is God. He didn't believe at that point in time there is God. So in the morning then she called up Rupali Veera and then told her this has happened. So she again came to our house. This time she showed my mother a photograph. And how did my mother realize it was Bapu who was calling out to her in the morning? She noticed the silhouette's fingers. And my mom really likes the way Bapu's fingers are. And at that point in time, she realized it was actually Bapu who had called out to her in the morning. So once she had this experience, later in 2007, there was a team from Mumbai that went to Lucknow for Guna Sankirtan. They went to our house, they spoke for hours about Bapu, and that is the point in time when my mom got completely involved in Bapu and his activities. And then she called me up. This is December 2007. She was a little hesitant during this time between May and November to tell me that, there's this guru in Mumbai, would you want to visit him? Because she didn't know how a young guy like me would react to the proposition of a guru in today's day. But then this time, after the Gun Sankirtan, she actually spoke to me and she said, why don't you just visit once? If you like it, well, you can do whatever you want, but if you don't like, I'll never ask you again to go there. So I said, okay, fine, I'll go. And this was the 13th of December 2007. It was my birthday, and I went to Happy Home. I was explained the entire layout and what is the significance of each part of Happy Home. And that was the time when Bapu actually used to hand over Udi with his own hands. It was the first time that I saw Bapu. I felt there was some power, but at that point in time, because of my mind, which was more inclined towards science and today's philosophy and whatever else, I didn't believe that he was Sadguru or he was God. I believed that this gentleman, he has certain power, he has got immense gravity in his face, and definitely he's not the normal human being. He's above all of us. But I didn't know at that point in time. There were a lot of questions in my mind. On 2nd of December 2008, it was the first time and the last time ever that I saw a photograph of Bapu in midday. This was the time when two youngsters were saved from a grievous accident which claimed the lives of 4. These 2 survived without a scratch. I'm talking about Rajesh Sen's son's experience. That was the time when another thought came to my mind saying that there is definitely something here. But at that point in time also I didn't get completely involved. As time passed by, I got a new job in February, 1st of February, and there was supposed to be a product launch in the month of April. During the product launch, we were trying to see how best can we manage finances, so I offered to anchor the product launch. So I decided to be the master of ceremony. And my bosses were a little reluctant in the beginning, but then they agreed, saying that yes, we believe you'll be able to do it, so why don't you go ahead. This was supposed to be on 16th of April 2008. 15th of April 2008 in the morning, I suddenly developed a sore throat. And it got worse by the evening, so much so that many people couldn't even understand what I was saying. So I immediately visited doctor. I told him that, look, tomorrow is a big day for me. Not just for me, for my entire team, and their entire reputation and pride is at stake. Because the who's who of the entire Kotak Mahindra Bank would be there, starting from Uday Kotak, who's the vice chairman and the MD, to whoever else is the business head. So the doctor said, well, here is the medicine, take this, do regular gargles with warm water and some salt in it. And these are his words, I'm quoting verbatim. He said, let's hope for a miracle. So that was indication for me saying that nothing is going to happen. So dude, forget about it. It's not going to happen. And then I went back home, I called up my mother and said, this is what it is. I don't know what to do. My mother said, don't worry, everything will be okay. And my mother's words are very reassuring for me all the time. So I went back home, I slept, I got up in the morning. It was the same condition, I just couldn't talk. And I called my mom again. In whatever little I could say, I said, what to do now? There's no one else who can, who can play my part and anchor the entire event. So my mother said, for the first time ever, she said, why don't you call out to Bapu? And I said, yes, that's a good idea. At that point in time, it was just an idea. So I called out to Bapu and I said, well, if it was me, I wouldn't have bothered so much, but it's my team and the entire reputation of my team is at stake. Please help me out. This is in the morning. By afternoon, no improvement. I kept having warm water, kept doing my gargles, no improvement at all. By about 6 p.m. in the evening, nothing happened. My bosses were nervous. They said, will you be able to manage it? I said, I'll try my best. I can't assure you of anything. 6 o'clock onwards, my voice started improving a little bit. By about 7 o'clock, it was much improved. Not my regular self, but it was much improved. Then at 7:15, it became even better, so much so that if I would have spoken on the microphone, no one would have realized that I had a sore throat and it wouldn't sound funny. By 7:30, I started, went on stage. 7:30 to about 8:45, I spoke on stage, introduced everyone, did some activities with the audience. and that's when it stopped. 8:45 I got down from the stage and regular activities started after that, so dinner and DJ and everything else. This is 8:45. By 9:15 my voice started going back to its normal bad. The sore throat started developing again. By 10:30 it was back to what it was just before the event began. That point in time I didn't know what was happening. I was too happy to even think about what was the reason. And I told my mother, this has happened the next day. She said, do you realize why it happened? I said, no. She said, well, you called out to someone and that's the reason why it happened. And that's the time that I realized that, well, even if we think that he is not there, he is for us all the time. Life since then has changed. Every day is a living experience. And I believe that any good thing that happens to me in my day-to-day life, it's all because of him. Because given the lives that we lead, all the wrongs that we do, I don't think I would have been able to get whatever I've got in life so far without his blessing and without him being behind me. And I only think that if we believe that life should have been much better, seeing what is happening all around, it would have been only worse. It's just because of him that we are sustaining ourselves in a manner that we like. So that was my experience, and I'll come back with more snippets as and when there are opportunities. Thank you. Hari Om.